Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting for Monday, July 29th. And Mr. Clerk, if you'll take us through this evening's agenda, please.
Mr. Chairman, we have a contract signing with our new town administrator, Brian Noble, and then we have a couple of action items.
All right, if you'll join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. With that, I'll go right into open forum. If anyone's here this evening for open forum, please come forward. Yes.
Yes.
If you just state your name and address and what you'd like to discuss.
My name's Robert Morosky, 38 Park Ave, East Bridgewater. I'm here to say, I guess, congratulations to the town for winning on my lawsuit or grievance that we had from the fire department. I moved to this town when I was 2 years old. I've been a lifelong resident of the town. In 1985, I got hired by the fire department, and I worked for the next 32 years for the fire department until I had my stroke. At that point, I thought I'd get 111F benefits, and the town decided to hire a lawyer and go against me. And the final settlement, I know the grievance has been withdrawn after 2 years, was offering me $3,000 for my alleged injury. You can see I was faking this stroke. And I think that's kind of despicable, $3,000 when they owe me 10 or 12 grand. So.
All right. Well, Mr. Murkowski, Morosky, sorry, we don't discuss personal matters publicly. It wouldn't be fair to you.
I'm the person you can talk about.
All right. We will not be commenting on this issue or any other personnel matters in public.
Bury your heads in the sand
This has
again.
been settled.
Yeah.
All right.
You could do the right thing and pay me. I went for a year through Plymouth County Retirement, and they granted me my disability. But because you found some loophole in the law, you chose to offer me a despicable amount of money from what was owed. I calculate it's maybe 10 or 12 grand I'm due for my sick days and using vacation. I wasn't on vacation when I was in the hospital. I'm still going to therapy twice a week. I mean, you don't want to talk about it, but
I mean, as far as
well, I want to talk about it.
This has been settled through the attorneys. We're really not going to get into this any further. You've signed the settlement.
I have not signed anything. You are wrong in that.
Sorry.
I have not signed anything
We're not.
because you said I had an alleged injury, and I want you to know it's not an alleged injury. This is what happened to a firefighter in Plymouth a few years ago. Firefighter, 39 years old, came down with cancer. The union tried to work with the Plymouth board reasonably. They could not do anything. The guy went 93 days. He was on medical leave 93 days without a paycheck and insurance, and he died at the time when he needed his town and his community the most. Plymouth did not take care of him because they found some loophole. The state Senate, Mass legislature, passed a law, Tony's Law, no party lines, 131 votes to nothing, unanimously closing the loophole. So just because there's a loophole doesn't make it right. The Mass legislative saw there was a problem, and they, with all this division, Republicans, Democrats, they just chose to do the right thing and close the loophole so it would never happen again. I believe that's the loophole that they probably rested on me.
I think at this point, again, we're not going to comment. This will be worked out between your attorney and our attorney.
No, it is done between the attorneys. It is on you. I am asking you as a Board of Selectmen, out of the three of you, to do what is right. Leave the attorneys out of it. Do what is morally right and take care of me. You gave $100,000 to the guy that was sitting over there on shady circumstances when you read that thing. You're not going to talk about his employment. You give him $110,000 and you won't give me what I've earned for 32 years.
We're not going to get into that either tonight, sir.
That's it,
Sorry.
yep. Bury your head in the sand, as you always have. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Members of the board, for whom I have great respect for all of you. And what I know of you all, you do the things that are right. I'm just here in support of my friend and longtime colleague. I worked over 20 years next to him as a member of the police department, and we interacted on many, many occasions. His professionalism, his dedication, and his expertise are unquestioned. He never abused the position he was in and always did it properly. I have no litigation against the town or any case or anything else, but I will relate the same exact tactic was used with me when I was filing for a disability retirement. I was awarded a disability retirement by the Plymouth County Retirement Board under post-traumatic stress disorder. I was bullied by the town attorney at the time, who happens to be the same individual who is dealing with my colleague, Mr. Morowski. I was in a bad place mentally and physically at the time. He threatened if I went after I lost a year's worth of 111F benefits. It was owed to me, and I was told if I pursued it, they would contest my retirement. That time, I was not getting any money, and I was in a bad place, financially, mentally, and physically. I think it was a bullying tactic, and at that point, I didn't fight anything because I wasn't strong enough to do it. And I feel that Mr. Morowski is due whatever what he's due, and not some deal, if you don't take this, we're gonna give you this. So we'll give you nothing. So it is not a new tactic, and it's been used on several employees over the past number of years. One employee was granted a significant six-figure settlement because of the same individual's bullying tactics. And I just wanted to say my piece and make the board aware of this tactic used by this person who is employed as counsel for the town. I like the word despicable he used. And
Go back a
that's
little.
all.
He's not here to speak to it, so.
Well, I'm not getting personal. I just think the tactic was unnecessary, uncalled for, and certainly not proper in the forum. So I thank you for your time, and I appreciate your service to the town. Thank you very much.
Larry?
Thanks.
Yep.
Can I just get your name and address, please?
Excuse me?
Your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Larry Davidson.
Okay.
I live at 142 Chestnut Street in East Bridgewater, and I'm a retired police sergeant from the town of East Bridgewater.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything different?
Yeah,
You're up? Yeah.
fortunate.
You can come up for open forum, sure.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry to interrupt. I need to address the situation.
Your name and address?
My name is Michelle Fortune, but it used to be spelled Fortin. I graduated in 1979, 229 Walnut Street, East Bridgewater, Mass.
Thank you.
Okay. My concern for this town starts with this topic, our water supply. I am concerned that there are people who are contaminating the water supplies. I would like the town to address how our water supplies are being maintained and kind of tighten up on the security of them, because not only I am affected, but everybody in this town. And it's a simple thing to do. I know you guys can take care of it. It's not something that I know how to do. I can't get in there and get all, I can't do that. So,
I'm pretty confident in John Haynes and the DPW.
yeah,
and the
John
water department,
Haynes, I haven't seen
and
in a
their
long
security
time.
over the water
Yeah.
lines. I don't think we have
I
any
haven't
issues
seen
at
John
this time.
Haynes in a long time, and,
Michelle, I believe you've given us letters in regards to this before.
yeah,
We have passed your concern along to John.
but I've seen people walking into one, I think it was, with a shopping cart and all kinds of things. I mean, when you guys don't live in this town, right? And poor John can't do everything. And so, I think it's important that someone actually talks to John or brings him in here again and talks to it. I'd like you to bring John Haynes here because he might not know everything that you think he knows. So how do we do that?
I'm pretty confident, again, that the water lines, the water plants are secure.
I think Mr.
Okay.
Haynes has received copies of the letter you have sent us, and
Yep,
if
but
there
we can
was,
definitely let him know.
so we
Yeah.
will let him know, and we'll have him respond back to you.
Yeah, because he doesn't know that part. See, I was concerned about my water supply. My water supply isn't water. My water supply is oil.
Okay.
Evidently, there might be oil on my property. I haven't even addressed that yet.
Right.
But the water supply that I'm speaking about is for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's, and I didn't
Well-
tell him about that
Right,
because
well-
I just now
We'll
saw
Well,
John
that I
Haynes
thought
to
somebody
talk
was
to you.
Right.
contaminating it.
All right, we'll talk to John.
Okay, great.
All right.
And there was one other thing, and that is, I've looked at the deeds to my property that I bought in 1998, September 14, 1998, from Dick Braley and Judy Braley. And I own 202 frontage of Walnut Street, going back 110 after 30 feet because it's conservation land behind me, so you can't build on it, so you can't, And so this oil supposed thing and all that, I would like to be able to talk to somebody else about that in the town.
I would-
Who can
Yeah,
I talk
that's-
to?
Talk to the.
Because
building
this is a
inspector.
great source of income for the town, and currently, it's only a source of income for Alvin Hollis, and it's piped down the street from my property.
Okay. If you talk to.
And I'd like the
uh,
town to benefit more, and all the people to benefit.
If you talk to the planning building inspector, okay, and set up an appointment with him, he'll be able to go over those particulars with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else tonight for open forum?
Let's hope not.
Seeing none, I'll close open forum. And we'll jump right into our first appointment with our new town administrator, Brian Noble. Come on up.
Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you for coming.
Welcome to East Bridgewater.
Thank you.
All right, why don't you give those that haven't seen your interview, why don't you give them a little bit of, the town, a little bit of your background, and why you chose East Bridgewater? We can give you a lot of reasons, but would rather hear them from you.
Sure. I'm pleased to be with you, but I chose East Bridgewater because I think it's a town that's not too big, not too small, that I think has great potential, and I want to certainly build on what has been done in the past, and I think we can build a much more responsive government in our community. And I think that we need to address some of the issues that you outlined in your goals and objectives for the town. And that's what I'd like to do right away.
Great. Anything to add, or?
No, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you. I met with John this morning very early. We ironed out the rest of the contract. I hope somebody brought it with them.
I have it for you.
Yeah, we have it.
Sign or-
So,
We just need, do you have a date, an actual date that you'll be starting here, Brian?
Still in negotiations, but I think we're going to live with the date we set.
Oh, great.
I still have to iron it out.
That was September
Yeah.
9th, right?
Yes.
all right, take a motion.
All right, I'll make a motion that we enter into an employment contract between Brian S. Noble and the town of East Bridgewater, effective on 9 September 2019, as we all have copies of.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, welcome aboard.
A glad and cheerful aye.
Thank you.
Rebecca, I even have my own pen.
We,
That's been changed.
Okay, that's the one that was in before. Okay. You can sing us a song or something, Brian, while we're waiting. Or not?
You don't want me to sing, people would turn off the television.
Yeah. Hold off on that. We quickly, oh, actually, we can sign it now, we'll just change the date at a later time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the right one, Rebecca?
Almost.
Too late now.
It's just, this is your copy.
Yeah, if we
Thank
have
you.
a date on that contract, we can change that at a later
Oh, no, that's
Yep.
okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Entered into this July, yes, that's correct. Okay.
No, it's today.
Okay. I thought usually we put the date he was starting, I thought.
No, it's on, it's in here somewhere.
Okay.
That's in there.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Thanks very much.
All set,
Look forward
thank
to
you very
working with
much.
you.
Looking forward to it.
We'll be in touch.
See you soon.
You have all your paperwork now?
Sure do.
We still have a lot of paper. we'll
Ryder
take other
Crane,
towns.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
And with that, we'll move into our action items.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the July 22nd, 2019, 5:30 Board of Selectmen's meeting.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the minutes of the July 24th, 2019, 5:30 Board of Selectmen's meeting,
Second.
which I believe, if I counted
We
correctly...
didn't meet on the 23rd? We skipped a day?
Which I believe is our 42nd meeting of the
This
month of
isn't bad, we've
July.
only got 2 meeting minutes tonight. This is quick.
That's 'cause we
that's-
approved
that's 'cause
like
we spent an
12
hour
last
week.
week.
I know. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, and anything for board discussion this
There is
evening?
one more action item.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah, there
additional,
was
sorry.
one at the beginning.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the request of Karen Keene, Bridgewater Vineyard Church, for the use of the Sachem Rock Farm, Saturday, August 17th, 2019, for a Pets in Owner Portrait event. Time of the event is from 10 a.m. to noon time.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All
We'll
right,
have to go get a pet.
all right.
You have Dale.
Yeah, bring Dale down. We want to see a picture of that now, actually.
You didn't expect me to let that go.
You walked right into that
I
one.
did.
Motion to adjourn, Mr.
All
Chairman.
right,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.